You're tuned in to LFOD Radio. If you can feel it, you can speak it.
Shout out to LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio.
We out here, live free or die radio.
And shout out to my man Uncle Sam at LFOD Radio.
You are now tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. I am your host, Uncle Sam. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2019, episode 139. We got Jha D and Ruff on the way. If you feel it, you can speak it. They are two, I think Poets sells them short, but they are two active members of the Boston poetry community. They do events, so many things, and connect a lot of people around town. And you may remember Jha D from last year, but now she's back. We're going to chop it up about all sorts of things that they have in store. If you missed the Dust Collectors episode, that is up now. LFODradio.com, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you could get a podcast. Also, Real P, Bobby Bangers, Red Shades, Trevor Holmes, and many, many more. If you're tuned in, let us know at LFOD Radio with an underscore on Twitter, hashtag LFOD Radio. If you're tuned in, you really should let us know, because we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets tonight to Smino, Earth Gang, and Folix. And so those tweets are going to come in handy for you if you're tuned in. So fire up those apps. Submissions at LFODradio.com. If you're an artist, send us some clean records. That's how it all gets started. And please check out that Patreon if you haven't, patreon.com/LFODlife. Done some tweaking, improved some things, and shout out to everyone supporting so far. Not supporting, shout out to everyone who's joined us on this adventure here, because we're really about to do some great things. That being said, I am joined right now by A-Ball.
Yo.
And Miss Amanda Shea.
Hey, yo, yo.
What's up, Elizabeth? That's my sister. Shout out to my sister.
Shout out to Elizabeth. What's going on with her today?
So she told me she was tuning into my show.
Yeah.
So I was excited.
Hi, Elizabeth.
What's happening, Elizabeth?
She's down in D.C.
Okay.
George Washington University.
Word.
Oh, so she's streaming.
Yeah.
Oh, she's totally streaming.
LFODradio.com/stream.
/stream.
Some people don't know. Some people only listen to the podcast. They don't know they can tune in live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m.
That's right.
Like Elizabeth.
LFODradio.com.
Thank you.
Bam.
What's up, Amanda? You feeling a little better?
No.
Oh, wow. That was heavy.
Yeah.
Pure congestion.
Yeah, like, this is going to happen throughout the show. I'm totally cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We've
Yeah.
got some talkative folks here tonight.
I believe we do too, so I don't really have to talk. I wish I had a friggin' Advil, though. That would be great. And I never take medicine for anything, but this sinus headache, the way it's set up, it feels like my head is about to explode.
I might have one in the car. We can check out.
For real?
Sometimes, yeah.
That'd be great.
Do you drink ginger tea?
I have drank ginger everything.
Word.
I should be growing ginger roots.
Yeah.
But I'm bumped.
That.
See, I'm still funny even when I'm sick. I'm corny, but I'm funny.
It was a good one.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. You got a smile out of me.
I mean, what else am I going to do? I do have cucumbers simmering in some alkaline water and some turmeric.
Okay.
So I got my fluids down.
I found out ginger, cinnamon, and lemon. Something about
good.
the cinnamon mixed with the ginger or with the lemon. I'm not sure which right now, so definitely do all three. But mixed with one unlocks like a next
but like
level.
In water or like in a teaspoon?
Like hot water in a tea.
Okay.
Yeah. Put a little honey in it.
Cinnamon, lemon, and ginger?
Yeah. Throw some honey in too, and you'll be good.
No cayenne pepper? I guess that's for the diet stuff,
You
right?
You can do what you want.
Yeah.
Right,
But
jazz
those,
it up.
I guess like that combination unlocks like a superpower in the cinnamon maybe.
Well, I must unlock my superpower.
Yeah, get it all.
Yeah, for sure.
Hydration is key.
It is. Water is life. Shout out Young Zeus.
Yeah.
Water.
I know. It's my guy. It's really water is forever, I think, but I always say water is life.
Yeah. Water's good.
Yeah.
McJenkins, big water fan.
I hurt myself recently because I was dehydrated.
Really?
That's a serious thing, yeah. I was dancing very hard at a party for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then I just fainted. But it was like the time and the place. Like I fainted and hit the corner of a hallway.
Wait, is this different than the other faint?
No. Did I already talk about a faint?
Yeah.
on air?
No, not on air, but I just, as a friend, I'm concerned. I'm like, oh no, dude.
Yeah, it happened again, man. Can you believe it? No.
I didn't know about the first faint. This is
continue.
new, this is new for me.
There was only one. I was dehydrated at a party, and I fainted and hit my head on like the corner of a wall.
Jesus.
But I had to get 6 staples.
Are you okay? How long ago was this?
This was a month ago, month and a half.
Where have I been? Was I here for this? I don't remember hearing the story. Gosh.
I don't think I told you.
So wait, you were dancing for 4 hours straight, no dehydration? I mean, no water? No, you weren't like drinking anything?
I didn't drink water while I was at the party.
That's crazy.
But I was hydrated enough when I got there, but the whole day I was, drinking coffee and probably not pushing fluids.
Sounds like you
well.
weren't hydrated enough.
I
when you
wasn't
got there.
hydrated enough.
For 4 hours of dancing?
Yeah.
No,
That's a
I
lot.
wasn't prepared. I go hard.
I guess so. I'm tired even just hearing that because I could probably do a half hour at best.
I leave it all on the floor.
We
when I
need
go
to do the
anything.
dance video soon.
We
Facts.
do.
Especially because the cat's out of the bag. Shout out It's Lit Boston.
Yeah,
If you have not heard the It's Lit Boston interview yet, go to It's Lit Boston on whatever app you listen to podcasts on. It's also on SoundCloud or at It's Lit Boston. Should be in their bio.
Yes.
All sorts of cats got out of the bag there.
Wait, so the first part I heard, is the second part up too?
I think just part one, unless they might have edited it into one. I'm not sure. They didn't.
No,
hit me.
they said 2 parts.
They
to
said
me.
that, but I didn't see
the
a
second
part
part
one
yet.
mentioned or a part 2.
I see
part one.
No, the
Oh, it
part
says
one's
part
up there.
one? Okay.
Yeah, I already watched it. Listened to it rather.
Yeah.
But
Part 2 contains a trigger warning.
The conversations got a little more intense.
We talked about it a bit last week on the Dust Collectors one, but
oh, you did?
yeah.
I didn't even listen to last week's episode. I'm
Please
sorry,
don't
guys.
say that on the air.
I'm sorry, guys. I will though.
Yeah,
I've
it was a
been
good
sick.
one.
I've been
Those
down.
guys are beasts. He did like a really humble flex of 1 million Spotify streams in the week leading up to the interview. He was
Jeez.
like, yeah, well, we did 1 million streams last week, and
It was real casual.
You guys used that as a video on. I
Yeah.
did see that part. Yeah, I've seen what you guys published.
yeah. So shout out to the Dust Collectors.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they got it figured out. They did something like, because I was trying to tell him congrats on doing 11 million streams. And he's like, yeah, that was since July, and that only is like part of the streams. It doesn't really and we're like, okay, like
Yeah.
Oh, so
Fuck
they
it.
talk. So they talk numbers and like streams, and they know
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of that stuff. That's crazy.
yeah.
They look really young too.
Yeah, he's in one of them is in college and the other is in high school.
That's crazy.
So
Well,
16.
Millennials are figuring
Got a
it
record
out.
label. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can hear that in all the other episodes at LFOD Radio. So we're going to get into some music. Then we're going to bring on the Speak It crowd.
No, if you can feel it, you can speak it. You got to say that like you mean that.
Okay, we're going to do it as a group when everyone's in here.
Word.
Coming back.
It's like you got to do them justice.
Word. This is the new one from Jameel Honesty featuring J Royale and Code 9. It's produced by Nautilus. It's called Diamond Tap. You are tuned into LFOD Radio.
I don't need to go to Iraq. I'm in a war of my own. Watching a new dream here be shattered with the chrome, because going on is all of this stuff that we can't condone, but it's bad when you're with the crew, because there's a Judas in every home. But how are we gonna stop visuals from getting intellectuals who think we're a bunch of animals because of some individuals? This is critical. People not wanting to hear any of the spirituals because they're not loving the women when they could be loving these materials. See, in this place, I don't feel safe. With gold chains around my neck and wrist, I'm the true American slave, with rivals amongst my group and with others. But how are we enemies and we supposed to be brothers? And how are we hitting our women and we supposed to be lovers. I guess we stooped down to disgracing our mother. See, before this, our ancestors were being whipped on their back. Even though that wasn't us, we just still for that rage from that leather on our back, which is still for the pain, cause the scars are not done. We're like Kunta in our own ways, trying to run for freedom, but there is none. Everywhere we go, there's dead ends and roadblocks. Certain people going through walls when in Milwaukee and buck shots there. Quit to catch Kobe, but not the murderers of Biggie and Pac.
And we are back on Live Free or Die Radio. We got D Ruff with us.
Hey, if you can feel it,
You can speak it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
All
what I'm
right.
talking about.
It's live now.
Oh, man, yeah. You got the troublemaker. So this is going to be a good time.
What's
Why do I call you the
happening?
troublemaker?
Huh? Oh, no, I just like start stuff from time to time. That's why I was like, yeah, you got the troublemaker. Let's go. We can do it. Nah, I'm messing with y'all.
He goes, why do they call you the troublemaker?
No, I'm not. I'm the anchor of the mic. I'm the one that
interested
holds
in
the mic
names.
down. So, that's all that. So when you guys was like, oh, the speaking crowd, I'm like, come on, you better get my name right, man. You better get our crowd name right. So that's what I mean by like starting trouble. I mean, like I hold it down. So, making sure that
You keep the vigor in the place.
you got to keep the energy, got to keep the passion, got to keep everything, keep that real, keep
Yeah.
that love there. So that's all.
That's what's up. Welcome. It's
Thank you.
been a long time coming.
Listen, man, yes it has. I've been watching from like a distance and really peeping how LFOD has been doing and really catching the extra bars. I've really been a fan of the extra bars.
Oh, yeah?
So that's really the extra bars and the freestyle session that you guys had at the end of the year with all the alum. That's when I was like, oh man, this is incredible. This is awesome. So
You're in now.
Yeah, so I'm
You
here
got your
now.
pass.
So yeah, I can't wait. I am not a rapper though, so I just want everybody to know that I'm such a spoken word artist.
I disagree with that.
She will always disagree
I'm
with that.
always going to disagree with
But
that.
I am not a rapper.
But we'll let you tell it.
I am not a rapper.
Do you record and release music?
No, I
That
do
doesn't
not.
mean
You
the
are not
A.
a
do
rapper.
not.
You can still
I
be
do,
a rapper and
I
not
do,
record and release.
If I do, it's always with spoken word on it. I have earlier, like before I actually took and became a full-time artist. Yeah, I used to like spit bars and stuff, but no, I am not. Because there's a lot of talented artists within the city that do this, such as Oompa and Dutch Rebel and then Red Shade. So like with all these artists that are here that are doing these great things, like I'm not spoken word. That's how I do it.
There's different job descriptions as well.
Yeah.
Rapper's a whole job description. There's a lot that comes with that.
Oh yeah, I do know that. I know that. That's also why I don't claim it. Like I know the responsibility and I know it gets thrown around
Lightly?
very lightly.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, I know the history. I understand the history. I respect the artists. I respect the craft. I make sure that I understand the struggle that it took to get to where it is today, and to respect the craft in which people have to pretty much put themselves in certain positions in order to feel the music and to produce the music and to get their music out there. Nah, I am not. I respect y'all and I'm saying this for all the artists, like I respect all hip-hop artists to amounts level.
Yeah.
Because it's incredible what you guys are able to do. Like, y'all say it's great for me, but no, y'all are just as incredible as creatives. So
Where would you draw the line between rap and spoken word? Surprise question.
that's very it's very thin line. It depends on who you speak to. For me, it's a very thin line because there's still the commercial. There is commercial poetry that could come out. Just like there's commercial rap that comes out, there's mainstream, and but for me, poetry is really speaking from a truthful level. Like you can't hide yourself there. Hip hop, you can kind of put on a false bravado of a dream of what you want, or you can be that. Like there's an option with poetry. There is still that option, but it's almost like you can't really be. You can kind of tell with a poet, like, oh no, this is like a bubblegum poet. Like you're great. And I'm not saying anybody like is not great where they're at, but there's that hard hitting poet that's really trying to open up and really be therapeutic with
There's
their
a
work.
vulnerability to it.
Just
that
like
you can
there is,
see if they're not
just
giving
like
you
there
the
is in
full
certain hip hop artists, like when they're being
Right.
vulnerable on a track, and you can hear it in their music, just like you can hear it in a poet's words.
Right.
That's when at that time for me, it's the same. But when it comes to battle rap versus slam poetry, that's when it's different, because battle rap, you're coming at each other's neck. Slam poetry, while that is still kind of a competition, it is almost like you're bearing it all for judges,
right,
who are part of the audience, who might not necessarily know the craft. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it's like, that's when it's different.
Yeah, and escapism has always been a part of hip hop since the very beginning too. You know, rapping about where you could be, what you could, like, you know, even Run DMC was rapping about cars they didn't have, clothes they couldn't wear. So
they did,
with
then
poetry, you
for
can't.
For me, it felt like they did, but they didn't. I think the earlier ones were more truthful about what they wanted to do, but it was, to me, this is just, it seems like they were more reflective on the environments that they had around them, so it was not easier to think about or dream big, but it was more so they knew what they had to dream big. So it wasn't so much they was like, we're rapping about stuff we don't have. We're rapping about stuff we're gonna get because this is
speaking it into existence.
There we go. That's what I feel like the earlier rappers were doing, like the early 80s, early 90s. Like that's what I feel like all of them, we know what we got here. We're gonna do this. Now, while I still feel like the millennials and the new age have that, I don't feel like they feel as empowered or as I don't feel like they feel as empowered as they could be.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of things that I feel like as artists we can do, and I don't feel like we do it. We talk a lot, but I don't feel like we actually do it. So that's what I mean by, like, there's few artists that are out here doing and putting in the work for their communities and doing and really putting in the work for their craft, for that to show. But then there's the other ones that now are kind of like, I just want the flash. I just want the glitz and the glam and the girls and the money and the car. Like, I just want the material things. While there's some of us that really are trying to get out,
right? Because
we don't want this. We don't want our communities to be the way that they are. Right. So we're trying to actually fix that. While there's others that I don't feel like are. I can't say everybody. Just feel like some.
Yeah.
Well, some people rap for money. Some people rap for other things.
And I'm okay with that. Whatever your hustle is, get your hustle out there. Just be real about your hustle. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like a lot of artists are real about their hustle. So that's why I'm like, just be real about your hustle, baby.
Slight exaggeration from time to time.
Yeah, like, don't exaggerate. Be real out here.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about the artists that you're attracting to.
Oh, man.
If you feel it, you know. What, for someone who's never been to that event or anything like it, how would you describe that environment?
Well, if you could feel it, you could speak it. You are coming to a very family-like environment. Like, you're welcome in there. And when I say family, it's like, there's no other description than a black cookout. Everybody's invited. We know who's gonna be real in this spot. But at the same time, if you're not respectful of the people that are there, because it was originally founded, on the voice of strong black lesbian women and, the cutie pop community. So for me, if you ain't in there respecting the black, the cutie pop, and all of us as a whole, you probably might feel a little something, but you'll probably just easy on out yourself. But for us, we attract everybody, because if you can feel it, you can speak. It doesn't discriminate against anybody. We're not elitist, non-pretentious, open mic, and we mean that.
Yeah, anybody can get up there.
Yeah, like, if you just have something, you don't have to necessarily be an artist to come talk on a mic. Like, you can come and just have something to say. You can come and just be like, look, I just need 4 minutes just to talk about stuff, just to release the weight off of my chest, to talk about the crush I have on this person at work, and I don't want them to know. Like, you can release everything, and we've had it. We've had tap dancers, we've had violinists, we've had people speak about their day, we've had musicians, we've had rappers, we've had singers, we've had obviously poets, because that's who we are. So like we've had comedians. Like just to have the array of people that we've had has been a blessing over the last 9, almost 10 years. So it's been incredible. It's been incredible to go nonstop for that long.
How did it get started?
See, I would love to be able to give you that story. That is all Jha. Jha is the one that can give you that the best. Because for me, I can give you mine, but I wouldn't do it justice. And I'm not. As the anchor of my and the father, my mic wife can definitely speak for that. I know why it got started. I know how it did, but she is the one that I feel like needs to say that, because she is the one that started it. She is the one that founded it. She is the one that created the space and allowed us to be able to be where we are today. So for me, I will allow her to
okay, well, she's gonna call in a minute. So
yeah, that's why I'm like,
that.
yeah. I was like,
we will
I gotta
get
let her
that.
get
She
that.
just texted me. She's not gonna be able to make it, but she's gonna call in. How did you get linked up with it then?
Me, so I was going out to cry on a mic. That's all I was going to do. I was going out to cry on a mic and do some poetry, and I must have did a great poem that night, and she found me, and she heard me. And when I was coming back from doing my poem, she grabbed me by my collar and said, "Name and number." And I'm going, name and number, and I'm going to stalk you. Now, if you have seen Jha is a phenomenal presence within herself, and she is also gorgeous. So on top of that, it's like, here. I gave it to her instantly. It was no problem, no easy. Yeah. She went up and did her poem, which I feel like I was the only one in the room that caught, because it was a poem that let me know that there was no way ever anything was ever going to happen, because it was a love poem. I believe it was a love poem to a girl. So like for me, to a woman. So for me, I was like, all right, I caught this, bang, I got it. And I felt the poem. The poem was dope. And so afterwards, we spoke. She said, "Hey, I would love for you to come to my mic." I said, "Of course." She said it was a little different. I said, "Different how?" She said, "Because it's, women that like women." I said, "Well, you don't like guys. I don't like guys either. I guess we got something in common." So then from that point on, I attended every mic. And then before she left to go get her master's in architecture, she asked me to host. And that was a big step for me, just in the thought. Well, it wasn't a big step in the moment, because in the moment it was more like, oh, this is actually happening. Cool, I'm down. But then afterwards, noticing it was a big step when she asked me to do that, because then when she did come back after her time getting her master's, she was asking me, and she was like, "So, you don't have to keep hosting." I was like, "Of course I'm going to keep hosting."
I think we got her on the line.
Let's do it.
Are you there?
Hey.
Yes, you did. I'm here.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi. So sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry that I'm not there in person, but I'm definitely there in spirit.
We feel it. We feel it.
Yeah.
Have you been listening to his story? Is he doing you justice?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing all right. He's doing all right.
Told you.
Not bad.
I caught a bit of it. I was just getting in the car and getting situated, so I caught a little bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, well, first of all, how are you?
You know what? I am stretched but blessed.
Okay.
I know that's right.
That's a big mood.
Like just being a space maker in general, right? Being a full-time architect, being a full-time artist, being the mother of the mic, being a black woman in America, being a queer person in America, that will stretch you out.
Whoa, FM.
But it will also continue to bless you. So I'm stretched and blessed. How are you?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I want to remind you are on FM radio, though. We cannot have the that word there.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That was
My bad.
beautiful, though. That was a sermon.
You already know, yes.
So, how did it start?
Yes, because
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say that because I was like, no, you have to do this justice.
For sure. Yeah, no, so the mic started in so many different ways, but I think, the best way to describe it is we were kind of attached to an existing space, right? So there was this really dope organizer, this really powerful woman named Jam, who ran these nights through Lesbians in Power, LNP. And they had this really dope club night, or club nights rather, and at one point they were the only queer space of color in the city. Something consistent for us queer kids to go out to have a good time on a consistent basis. So Thursday through Sunday, we was partying with LNP. And Jam kept saying, we should do this open mic, And at first, I really wasn't into it. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to keep the crowd going. I wasn't sure if I was the right person to be an organizer, because at the time, I was an artist, and I was comfortable being an artist. Stepping up into organizing is a total different arena. And so, I also, though, was excited about the potential to create space for poets like myself, because as an artist, I was hitting up a lot of the spots that I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with, certain spots in Cambridge and in other places, and I was dropping these poems, y'all, and they were fire, in my opinion. But they weren't quite landing with the audience. Like, you could tell that my Black queer self just did not necessarily have a message that was going to resonate with these non-Black queer audiences. And so, the thought was definitely appearing. And I remember one night Jam called me up and she was like, hey, I need you to come out to the club early tonight. And I was like, of course, whatever you need, I got you. And I walked through the door at 9:00. And as I walked through the door, Jam's like, and here's the host of the open mic. And I was like,
Set up.
I turn around and I'm looking for the host, like, where they at? And it was me. So that's kind of where we got started. But moving forward from that, we had the first hour of every club night she had. We had the first hour, so it didn't matter what venue she was at. We had the first hour, and I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. There was like 7 of us.
Yep. Yep.
In the whole room?
Yes.
Okay.
Round robin. Dee could tell you, like, this round robin trying to fill in that hour slot with very few people.
She was asking how many poems you got.
Oh,
Exactly.
now it's you have one poem.
Most of us that were there that night, she would ask, go down the line. Some of us 4 or 5. She asked me, how many you need? I like you. Yes, I knew I liked you.
How many?
So that must have been great for sharpening your own skills, all of you.
Of course.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think actually that's probably how, the way we are now, when you see us almost 10 years later, we like to say that we're kind of a launching pad, or at least a home base for a lot of poets, because we have a very comfortable environment where you can come and read your new pieces. You can come and fumble and rehearse and do whatever in our space. And I think that very much comes from the beginning days, when that's exactly what, us 7 poets were doing. We were testing out new stuff because there wasn't no audience. It was just us.
We didn't have nothing else to fear. Like, all right, you gonna hear my stuff? All right, I'll hear your stuff later. Good.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a real gift to give to the community as well, because artists need those spaces to try it out. You see a lot of people get on stage for the first time after they have a name or after they're drawing a crowd,
Right.
and that's not the place to learn.
Not really, unless you want a hard lesson.
That's how they're learning, though, a lot of times,
That's a hard lesson.
And yeah, you see definitely all sorts of. Every time I've gone, there's been somebody pulling out something they wrote that afternoon, or
Yeah, we have usually,
or just something they need.
We
to
have
speak
that,
about.
and we definitely get a lot of newbies. The fact that we still get newbies, like at least they'll take up a good portion of our mic. Like they come out in droves, and it is, to me at least, it's amazing to see how open and vulnerable they're willing to be, and then afterwards, like, hey, come get a drink, like, let's go, let's like have a dance afterwards. Like, it's an amazing time. It's so amazing.
So what would you say the mission of the mic is?
But be mindful and not curse. No, but the mission of the mic is to create platform, space, vision, opportunities, family, home for primarily, first and foremost, we prioritize the LGBTQIA communities of color and then our accomplices. So the mission of the mic is to be home to those folks, to those communities. And I think also to really, I don't know, like, it sounds cheesy, but to create the space for people to find the art within themselves. Because I think, like, so often people come to our mic and they're like, oh, I'm not really a poet, or I'm not really a writer, or I've never done this before. And then they get up there that one time, and then we can't get rid of them. Thank God.
They really, for real.
So I would say the mission of the mic is definitely to make space and to elevate the voices of the LGBTQIA communities of color, but then it's also to, you know, like I said, make space for people to find the art within themselves, for sure.
I like that. And then, so Amanda.
Yes.
You are someone who's been in that space. You've performed there. You've been around. Do you want to be a eyewitness here? What did it offer to you? Like, what did you get from that?
Oh, wow. I had the piece of paper here. Didn't realize I was gonna get a question.
Amanda.
That
Wasn't
as
reading
a
it.
feature.
I'm just saying. Hey, Jha, how you doing?
I'm good, boo. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to acknowledge before I started talking. Yeah, I was the feature at If You Can Feel It, You Can Speak It. What it gave for me, exactly what everything Jha just said, as far as like embodying like new material and being able to test things out. Also just a safe space. My set was completely different than what I normally do. And I felt like that was family, and like that was a place that I could like really just put it all out there in the open, and it would be received with love. I love going to Feel It, Speak It. It's a good night. It's amazing. They always have really good performers. Even the newbies, like Jha had said and D had said, like they be killing it, and they come back consistently. And the dance party afterward is dope. So for me, I had a great experience. I also feel like, for me, to be completely transparent, I feel like it's like the Apollo of all mics. Like, for me, because I feel like they have been around.
Pretty high praise.
No, seriously. Like, they've been around for a really long time. They're non-biased. They're very welcoming. They're very friendly. They're loving. And, like, yeah, like, it's a good space. And the crowd is always stacked. So for me, yeah, Apollo, when you see it on TV, it's always stacked. Like, there's never any empty seats, and that's how it is at Feel It, Speak It. So for me, that's how I look at it, which is amazing. I don't really have. You just put me on the spot. Like,
It's literally on a piece of paper in front of you.
yeah, but I wasn't. Who reads questions?
We're putting it. Oh, wow.
Like, who reads questions? I don't read the questions.
We don't plan our shows.
You just started.
No, we don't plan our shows.
Always see,
I'm just on the fly.
As an artist, you always gotta stay ready.
I know.
Yeah.
You always gotta keep one in the chamber just
Facts.
in case.
But like, you see this
And
personality
we
too.
are
Like,
also-
they're both like full of personality as hosts. So
Yeah.
you're gonna laugh, you're gonna dance, you're gonna have a good time.
Good rebound.
Yeah.
See, and that's why I
Rebound.
resonate with you guys, because like you, this is also a learning platform where a lot of people get experience on the air, and you know, whether they're artists or poets or record label folks or whatever, you know, and we want to offer that opportunity.
Nice.
And then sometimes we can't get rid of them either.
Yeah, listen, I understand.
I'm curious about something. You guys said that your first like session, poetry session was like 7 people showed up.
Yep.
And you guys are, you know, like packing out a full house. I think I'm the only one in here that's never actually been. So I'm curious, like what is like a full? I'm sorry, I'm gonna make it out. I don't get out of my cave enough.
That's A-ball.
Yeah,
He can
Get
dance
him.
too.
He's at having a ball
Yeah,
on
listen,
Instagram.
I've been sitting here
Get him.
watching him on the side. He been sitting here getting a little dance tune when the music break was going on. He was getting his dance on. I was like, oh, he was serious.
Yeah.
I speak with my body.
But yeah, no, to answer your question, I mean, on a regular night, we're going to see anywhere between 60 to 70 people. On a special night, like special in Boston, meaning the sun is finally shining, or
Spring is here.
which is June, or it's our anniversary month, which is November, then you're going to see anywhere between 100 to about 120 folks cram into our mic.
Wow. And where's the venue? Like, where do you guys
The
host
Milky
this?
Way in Bella Luna in Jamaica Plain.
Yes,
Okay.
right there where the Sam Adams Brewery is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What Luna?
it's Bella Luna,
Bella
Milky
Luna.
Way.
Cool.
It's right off the Orange Line. Very easy to get to.
Very cool.
Yes. Oh my God, it's amazing. Such an amazing space.
And it's the first Thursday of every month?
Second.
It's the second Thursday of every month.
Second Thursday. Ooh, second Thursday, and we start at 9. We
Okay.
tell everybody be there by 8.
Yeah.
Just to
be sure.
Just to make sure you got a seat.
Yeah.
That's all.
Do you have anything coming up? Anything special? Who's the feature next month's?
Next month.
So
Yes.
next month,
Go ahead.
you'll have to check it out. I'm not going to tell you exactly which youth slam team it is,
Oh.
but I will tell you that it is coached by one of everybody's favorite artists in this city. And if you guess that, then you'll probably know which team it is, but I'm not going to tell you all that out.
So okay, it wouldn't be fair if I guess. It wouldn't be fair if I guess. So
We'll guess off air.
guess off.
I already know.
Wow,
See,
cool.
see.
Nope, don't need to Google. Why don't you go to the mic? This would be a great
Why
time
don't
for
you
you.
go to my dance freestyle sessions?
You know-
Wednesday nights at BU.
All right, bet. I'll go with you to Phyllis.
tearing our show apart.
Said Wednesday.
Our platform
I told
now.
you, accidentally troublemakers.
He is
you know,
trying-
we
he's told us
outspoken.
he was
We
going
do
to
what we
cause
do.
trouble. Amanda and Alex have not feuded until this moment. It used to be Tayshawn versus Tia, but I guess that's been replaced.
A&A.
So,
Double A.
2 Thursdays from now, at the Bella Luna is the
Yep.
next one, and it will have a slam poetry team
Yep.
coached by the city's favorite artist.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. It's so going to be amazing and mind blowing because if you know who the artist is, you know them being like a mentor to these kids. It's going to be like, oh, there's mini versions and they have their own voice on top of that. Oh, this is going to be, oh my God. I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
People that want to learn more about it, what's the best place for them to follow you guys?
So, Ja?
I would definitely say our Facebook page.
Yeah.
So if you're on Facebook and you type in "if you can feel," likely it'll fill itself in. But if you can feel it, you can speak it. Open mic movement. It's also under FISI. Like you can type that in FISI, and that'll pop up. But our Facebook page is where all of our information is. We definitely also have an IG handle where you mostly see photos from the mic as it's happening. But if you're not paying attention, then you don't necessarily see our flyers pop up. But then also following D and I and Freeze is probably your best bet because we're always posting just about like our mic events, but also about anywhere that we as a team, TBS, Team Be Spoken, is performing as well. So that's a lot of options.
You want to drop your ats?
Yes. So mine is Jha D _spoken on IG.
And so
That's JHAD _spoken for
Correct. Yes, I appreciate you for spelling it out. I forget that not everybody knows these things.
you know,
I got
Ja
you.
would have been JAH to a lot of people. So for me, it's D_RUFF3 on Instagram, Twitter, and just type in D-Ruff on Facebook. You'll find me on there. And if you're looking for our extra, if you are looking for our freedom, look for her under free PHREE_dumb DOM. And trust me, there's material there that you gonna want to get hip on. So
get hip. Y'all have anything else coming up? Last time, Jha, when you were on here, you were starting to get into Pride mode. I'm sure you're already planning.
Ooh, tell him. Ooh, tell him.
Yes, definitely in the thick of Pride mode. For those that don't know, June is Pride Month, so you better ask somebody. Get ready for that.
Yes.
In terms of the events that we have going on for this month, so we definitely will have our Pride Mic, which will be on the second Thursday of the month. If you plan on coming through then, you definitely want to get there around 8:30. Otherwise, you're not going to get a seat, I promise.
Yeah.
So that will be the second Thursday of June. But also for me personally, coming up, I have my 10th annual production of Energy.
Hey,
yeah.
Celebration. It's so crazy to say that out loud, but it's a celebration of Boston-based talent. Because quite frankly, as a Boston born and raised artist, I got kind of tired of being part of shows where the other artists were all from another city. Don't get me wrong. I love other cities, lived in other cities, will rep, some dope artists from those places. But being backstage and being one of 9 folks who are from here, it kind of frustrated me 10 years ago. And I was like, why are we importing talent? Like it's not sitting right here in our backyard. Exactly. So I started Energy to celebrate our eclectic art scene. And I also wanted to bring together diverse folks, because there were so many poets who didn't know so many dancers and so many dancers who didn't know so many bands. And so being able to create that networking opportunity is dope. So that show is on Friday, June 14th at the Oberon in Cambridge. That's 2 Arrow Street. I literally just got off the phone with them today. Tickets will be live by Friday.
Yeah.
So definitely follow me on, Facebook, IG, whatever, so that when I hit the link, when it goes live, you can get your tickets. You definitely want to be there. The Energizers will be announced on Friday as well. That's what we call the performers. They're the Energizers. And they, this year, actually got voted in by the general public from the past 9 years of shows. So everybody that has been featured in these shows over the past 9 years was able to be voted in.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, so it's kind of dope to see who folks wanted back. So it's gonna be a jam-packed show. And then the last thing I'll say in terms of what we have coming up.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second? I'm going to.
Please do.
Can you tag us when you drop that so we can share it too, so everyone can find out about it?
Definitely.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tag everybody and their mama. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, the last thing I'll say is we will also be at the Isabella Stewart Museum. Matter of fact, we won't be at.
Boom.
We just going to take over.
There we go.
The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum on June 20th.
Yes, because the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, if you guys don't know, it's just the place. I mean, I know I've been there as an elementary school student. I've been there. I haven't really been there as an adult until recently, and with the changes in the new building and the old building, to be able to be in that space and to be partnered with and take over that space, we're about to rock out. Y'all don't even know.
Yeah,
you guys just need to be.
We don't drop that date again.
June 20th.
June 20th.
That's my birthday.
K-Ball.
Hey.
I'll be thinking about you guys.
That sounded very you was coming. I was like, oh,
no,
right. I was ready for the settle too.
No, I would be there 100%. But I actually have a job in New Mexico over the summer. So
okay.
I will be out of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
light flex.
He'll be gone.
Right.
But
light job flex.
But I'll be there.
See?
Yes.
Yeah. Because
for sure.
It's going to be amazing.
For you and I.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that. That wasn't going to be the state. I'll be thinking about y'all.
Before we get out of here, we're running really low on time. Most important question. You did it last time, A-Ball. You want to do it again?
I would love to.
Okay.
I like doing it. It's fun. D. Ruff, what does live free or die mean to you?
Oh, man. To live free or die means to be able to be who it is that you are in all of the truth in which it is that you are holding, without fear or consequence. And whatever that fear or consequence is, let that be death, because you are confident in who it is that you are. So let me die if I can't be this way.
All right.
Jha D, same question.
Yeah, for me, live free or die means, live free or live loud or live intentional in your purpose, fulfill a legacy. I said, actually, I answered the same way probably last time.
Yeah, this is round 2 for you, but the other one's not recorded, so this is for the books.
Yeah, but the answer's not going to change. For me, leaving a legacy in honor of my mom, who is very much alive and well, has been visiting me here in Boston. So, really being able to continue the love that she put out in the world, and the fierceness, and the, the strides in the space that this woman made in her life and is continuing to make. For me, that's live free or die. So again, live in your purpose, live in your intentions, live in your blessings, live in your beliefs, but just live unapologetically and as loudly as possible, so that folks around you know that they can do the same thing. Otherwise, you ain't living. So we ain't even gonna talk about dying.
Crank it up. All right, thank you. Anything you guys wanted to talk about that we missed before we get out of here?
No. I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Just make sure you guys come out. I love it.
Okay.
Thank you guys for letting us be here. Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for calling in, Jha. Thank you for coming up here.
We look forward to having y'all on the Alumni Cypher.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be awesome.
This July. This is the 5th annual. So,
yeah, that's going to be a good time.
And, thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, A-Ball. Shout out to Victoria. Back up home. Shout out to Christiana holding it down on the left coast. Thomas for editing these. And everybody else in the LFOD fam. This will be online tomorrow. Earlier if you subscribe. That's on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all those good things. Otherwise, LFODradio.com. We'll be tweeting the links at LFOD Radio with an underscore, at LFOD Radio everywhere else. If you're tuned in and you want those Smino Earth Gang tickets, just tweet us right now at LFOD Radio, little underscore, say, I want the tickets. We're going to pick someone random and give it to them. And if you're listening to this on a podcast, you can do that too. Maybe we'll pick one of you guys instead.
Okay,
Who knows?
I did think. No, go ahead.
He's got it.
I got one more thing, but after you're done.
Artists, submissions at LFODradio.com. Send us your clean records. We are back next Tuesday with Cheese Bankroll, 9 p.m. That is going to be a lively episode as well. What's going on?
Huh? I just have one more thing.
Okay.
Just, if you can feel it,
you can speak it.
Just gotta do that. You just gotta do that.
That was beautiful. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Jha, get home safe, please. I hope you haven't been driving while we've been talking.
I know. Crazy, but I got this.
All right.
Love and light.
We'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. And we're going to do an extra bars with you, right?
Sure.
All right. We're about to get some extra bars going. If you haven't seen those, they're up on our YouTube and stuff. We're getting out of here with Lil Sims. It's called Gray Area. You're tuned into Live Free or Die Radio.
By this, I can kind of find out who's in and who's not. And these same people want me to follow in their path because of my light skin. But I can't. Following their path because of my past. Under my eyes there were bags when my brothers wore rags, and some of them still get mad because we're glad. Then you wonder why we get stuck in the system. Live and die by a system. Get screwed by the system, so it's saying, F your system. I've already been handed a hood's death sentence. I don't need to be told with a judge and jury in my presence. See, sometimes I don't want to be me. Yet I got Latin people, Asian people, even some white people that take parts of me, but if there's something that they see that I'm just blind to, they're getting tired of being viewed. So you want to get mad when I call most authorities thieves, but don't forget they stole me in this land you call the free. So let's get this straight. This isn't the land of the free. This is the land of the legal criminals, but I can't leave. But I can't breathe in the truth when I inhale lies. People don't see this, so they swarm to this rotting country like flies. I don't really like them taking what's mine, but is that the capitalist in me or a part of me that needs to die? I can't decide. But I need to stop complaining about me Because they're immigrants that want to be where I be. If you can feel it. Wow.